I just wanted to give a quick update on the matter involving the attempted beheading in Ireland that happened less than 48 hours ago. As predicted, the assailant was confirmed to be a Sudanese migrant who claimed asylum back in 2023. It's been said online that the victim's eyes were either gouged out or at the very least stabbed repeatedly, as if it couldn't get any worse. The local police have gone on to say that they are not considering it a terrorist attack at this time, but things are not set in stone. They also recognize the public outrage, but have urged that protests should be kept orderly and are deploying more police to prevent escalation. Rupert Lowe took to social media to express his frustrations and opinion on the situation. Quote, "If a migrant comes to our country and attempts to saw a man's head off in the street, a Restore Britain government will not deport. With the British people's approval, the savage will be put to death. But that is not enough. These atrocities keep happening. The barbarians are already inside the gates. Immigration will end from countries that are proven to supply us with these monsters. Third world migrants who hate our way of life will be removed from our country. Restore Britain will deport millions. I have had enough. The British people have had enough. We do not have to live like this. There is another way. Death penalty, mass deportations, end mass immigration. That is what Restore Britain will do." End quote. He then followed up with posts urging protesters not to do anything rash and not to hurt the police. Instead, videotape any potential escalation that is purposefully started by the police themselves. Many in the comments expressed resentment with that, saying that enough is enough, and that why is it okay when protesters on the other side of the political spectrum get to cause rioting, looting, and disorder, but never us. It was also around this time that the news came out of a 17-year-old girl had been held captive and gang raped by 4 Afghans in Bristol earlier, adding fuel to the fire that was to come. Not long after, protests sprang out across Ireland and other parts of the UK. Naturally, escalations did occur, with masked men going around setting houses of migrants on fire, blocking off roads to check cars for migrants, and destroying shop fronts belonging to migrants. The police met them with equal hostility, with them pushing back against the protesters and rioters, as seen in this video, shielding migrants fleeing from their burning house. Now, do I agree with these actions? Well, normally I would say no. But you weep what you sow at this point. The countrymen are at their breaking point with their government. They have tried the democratic way of handling things, with votes, protests, and outcry, but have been left with a country with its citizens raped, murdered, assaulted, and oppressed, with the government doing nothing to stop it nor punish it. And when looking at history, it seems that democracy simply cannot work at times, and that violence is the only answer. I say if the people who represent you refuse to act as their role as a public servant, then this is what you get. Of course, the mainstream news outlets aren't reporting on it fairly. Last night, when it happened, the only place I could find any information was on X. But now, you have the New York Times saying, UK leaders urge calm after brutal stabbing in Northern Ireland. The BBC, man arrested on suspicion of attempted murder after brutal knife attack in Belfast. Suspicion? There's a video. I've seen it. You've probably seen it as well. Why are you refusing to say it as it is? He is an asylum seeker who tried beheading an Irishman in the middle of the street. Finally, at the end of the night, after the protests, you have a GB News reporter saying, quote, "I saw things tonight I didn't think I would see in the United Kingdom." What does that even mean? Seriously, this is just like any other protest that we have seen from the other side of the aisle. But what now that it's quote-unquote far right? You're scared out of your britches? This makes you uneasy? What about every time there's a rape, a murder, an assault, a robbery of a countryman, That's okay, because they're white, right? We don't care about that. We can't make people feel uncomfortable. We can't say what's truly going on. No, 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 no. You see, this is exactly why I started this channel. Because like many others, I've become fed up with the veil the mainstream keeps pulling over our eyes. The world is far nastier than what the masses know, but they refuse to talk about it. But I will. I'll bring up the uncomfortable subjects that they refuse to talk about.